Today on OC News, men's soccer wins the Big West Championship.
A Lakers legend is coming to campus in the spring.
And the second patient has died from Ebola.
How to stay healthy with all the tempting Thanksgiving dishes.
And the latest in weather, entertainment, and sports.
This is OC News, and I'm Willa Valley. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. It was definitely a bad hair day. The Santa Ana winds are making a comeback. For the most part, the winds have been a nuisance, but there have been a few more problems. For more on this windy weather, we take it live to Liliana Mota with a story.
Hi, I'm here on the Cal State Fullerton campus, and the wind has left a lot of leaves and branches all over the floors. Girls, if you have your hair down, make sure you bring a hair tie so your hair is not blowing in the wind. As you can see behind me, these flags are an indication that the wind is still in full effect. And it will be like this for the next upcoming days. Quinn has more.
I'm Quintian, and I'm live here standing right on top of the east side parking structure on Cal State Fullerton. Wind advisories have ended at 2 p.m. earlier today. However, the wind is still coming in and out. It is advised that students commute carefully as there is still debris on the roads and the freeways. Here's Tiffany Teos with more on weather.
Thanks, guys. I'm so glad that you could be out there to report for us. I was out there earlier today on campus, and the wind just made my hair a mess. So I'm glad I got a chance to fix it before coming into the studio today. Let's talk a little bit about this wind. As Quinn and Lily mentioned, the wind advisory is no longer in effect, but we can still expect some dry, gusty Santa Ana winds now through Tuesday. So just a friendly reminder, take caution when you're driving on the freeway and be aware of any debris in the road and fallen tree limbs that are out there on the streets. All right, let's take a look at the current temperature here in Fullerton. We're looking at a current temperature of 71 degrees with a low of 55. Winds are traveling at about 14 miles per hour, and it's really dry out there. Humidity is at 5%. The sun rose this morning at 6:25 a.m., and it set just a little bit ago at 4:47. Now let's take a look at your 5-day local forecast. It's looking partly cloudy all week long. Temperatures are dry and warmer coming up in the next couple of days. Tuesday we're at a high of 79. Wednesday it'll cool down a little bit to 74. And later on the week a high of 69 and 71 on Friday. Also, at the end of the week, we're at a slight chance of rain. Thursday, 20% chance of a little bit of rain, and Friday, 10% chance of rain. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for some more, wet weather at the end of the week. Let's take a look at the Inland Empire. Again, partly cloudy for the rest of the week in the 70s. The lows are really reaching low in the low 50s. It's cooling down once the sun sets, so you can finally break out your favorite fall jackets and accessories. Let's take a look at the coast. Coastal temperatures, again, partly cloudy, are in the 70s. And again, the temperatures are dropping at night in the high 50s. Now let's take a look at your national forecast for the night. Notice the lows here in Southern California. We're in the 50s tonight, 53 degrees in LA. Even cooler over here in Las Vegas at 40 degrees. And now let's take a look at the pink region all over here. It's really starting to cool down. We have freezing temperatures in this region. Notice 13 degrees over here in Kansas City, and even cooler 3 degrees in Minneapolis. Now let's look over here on the East Coast. They're experiencing cold, rainy temperatures in the low 30s over here in New York and Boston. That's your weather forecast for today. Be safe out there with these Santa Ana winds. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Tiffany. Cal State Fullerton couldn't have only one soccer team win the Big West tournament.
1 week after the women's team took the top spot, the men's team followed suit with another victory over UC Irvine. For more on Big West champs, we send it over to Joseph Anderson.
That's right, guys. It's NCAA tournament time, and for the first time since 2000, the Cal State Fullerton men's soccer team earned a spot in this year's Big Dance after winning the Big West Conference Tournament Championship for the first time in school history. The Titans beat the UC Irvine Anteaters in dramatic fashion 3-2 in penalty kicks after regulation ended in a scoreless tie. CSUF took down conference favorite UC Irvine, who had defeated them twice during the regular season. Junior Jeff Salt was named MVP of the Big West Conference Tournament after saving 3 of 5 penalty shots against the talented UC Irvine offense. Fullerton will be taking on the University of San Diego in the opening round of the NCAA tournament on Thursday night, and the winner will go on to face the number 2 national seed UCLA Bruins. That's some exciting stuff, and I'll have more sports for you coming up later on. Back to you.
Cal State Fullerton will have some big shoes walking around campus in the spring. Magic Johnson has agreed to speak at a business event on the campus next semester. Besides his success on the court, the former Laker Hall of Famer will be speaking about his company, Magic Johnson Enterprises, which has a net worth of a whopping $1 billion. This speaking engagement for Magic Johnson will cost the school $90,000, with $40,000 being allocated from the Business International Club Council, the Dean of Business and Economics. And Neil Puri will match the associated students and donate $40,000 of his own money for the event. For more details about the event, we'll be back soon.
An arrest has been made in connection with the stabbing of a man who died after he was found lying on the street in an Anaheim residential neighborhood. Authorities announced Monday morning a man in his 50s was stabbed multiple times in his chest and torso before being found around 8 p.m. by a passerby who called 911. He was transferred to UCI Medical Center, where he passed away from his injuries. Police have arrested 27-year-old Ruben Martinez, who investigators believe got into an altercation with the victim on the street that ended with the victim being stabbed. It was not immediately clear what led to the dispute. Martinez was arrested on suspicion of murder and booked into the Orange County Jail, where he is being held on $1 million bail.
Sad news today. A second U.S. patient has died from Ebola in a Nebraska hospital. Dr. Martin Celia contracted the disease while treating patients in Sierra Leone, and was airlifted to the Nebraska Medical Center in extremely critical condition Saturday. The 44-year-old Celia was a legal permanent resident of the United States and a citizen of Sierra Leone. He had been working as a surgeon when he contracted the disease. Celia was suffering from advanced symptoms of Ebola, including kidney and respiratory failure. Health officials said Celia arrived to the center on day 13 of the disease after he had tested negative for the disease November 6, prior to testing positive for Ebola 4 days later. The medical center tweeted this morning. Dr. Celia was extremely critical when he arrived here. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts, we weren't able to save him.
Switching gears, college football fans are getting ready for rivalry week between the USC Trojans and the UCLA Bruins. But not everyone is playing nice leading up to the big game. Joseph Anderson has more from Westwood.
UCLA is usually known for having a quiet, laid-back campus atmosphere. However, recently some students from rival school USC vandalized the Bruins statue on UCLA's campus, writing "SC Runs LA" across the torso of the bear. The two teams will be playing their yearly football game on November 22nd, and officials believe that was the reason for the vandalism. UCLA officials had to cover up the writing with 4 black walls that claim "the bear is hibernating." Students have been writing messages in support of their school on the walls ever since the unprompted act.
It makes me feel kind of disappointed that people take it so seriously that they feel like they need to do something like this and vandalize other school's property. But that's just kind of the Bruins statue will remain behind these black walls until November 22nd, when UCLA and USC handle it on the football field. From UCLA.
When we come back, we'll have the best Thanksgiving Day travel tips.
And I will have the not-so-healthy nutrition breakdown for that holiday feast after the break.
It's what powers our journey to reach unimaginable heights. It fosters a sense of yearning to create, explore, and soar. It strengthens our will to climb to the top. It's the bedrock of our conviction that nothing's impossible. It transforms us and sets us free to thrive
Looking for an escape from the traditional Thanksgiving break outings? Here's Monte Jimenez with some ways to get away this holiday on a budget.
Thanks, guys. For all you travel bugs out there, this Thanksgiving holiday is the perfect opportunity to escape for a couple of days next week. Now you're probably thinking, Monse, there's no way taking a vacation during the holidays is in my budget. And to that I say, nothing is impossible. Here are a couple places that will blow your mind and not your wallet. At the top of the list is Dana Point, California. This is home to the annual Dana Point Turkey Trot. This is a 5K run/walk for everyone to enjoy. If you're feeling a little stuffed after your Thanksgiving feast, this is the great way to burn some calories while also staying in the holiday spirit. Another great destination is Sequoia National Park, which is home to a legendary Christmas tree, the General Grant. If taking a trip to see the most epic Christmas tree on the face of the U.S. isn't enough to get you in the holiday spirit, there may be no hope. This national park is also a big hit for families and groups that want to spend their Thanksgiving in a more simplistic form. So if the craziness of the city's Black Friday madness is too much for you, why not spend your holiday becoming one with nature? Next on the list is Bishop, California. This is more of a desert getaway and allows for camping and rock climbing. There is also a hot springs that is found in the middle of Bishop that will warm you up and get you ready for relaxed and returning back to the real world. The best thing about it is that it's all free. Another popular stop is Hearst Castle, located in San Simon, California. While you have to pay to get a tour of the castle, the beautiful historic building is well worth it. This is a prime photo spot that will look great on your Facebook and Instagram feeds, definitely more visually pleasing than a ton of Black Friday shopping bags. Hearst Castle is also close to San Luis Obispo and Pismo Beach, which would make for a nice mini road trip. The last destination on our list is one that hits pretty close to home. After all that traditional holiday cheer, why not spice up your weekend in Los Angeles? The annual Holiday Christmas Parade will be filmed November 30th, making it a great cherry on top of a great week off. The parade will have plenty of celebrity-filled floats, as well as a star-studded concert lineup. This year's performers include Earth, Wind & Fire, Heart, Jesse McCartney, and the Grand Marshal himself, Stevie Wonder. So if you're out for a week full of fun and taking a couple days to relax, disconnect from the hectic holidays, then give yourself and your wallet a break and spend some time at these places. But if none of these places beat home, then there's always hot chocolate and the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, aka where I will be. That'll be all from me. Back to you guys.
Ebola gets tracked down in the App Store and some Thanksgiving health facts to know. Here's Willa Valley with health news.
Thanks, Quinn. Oftentimes people who have had cardiac events like a heart attack, a stent put in an artery, or even an open heart surgery think that once they are released from the hospital, their worries are over. Not so much. Here is Holly Furfer with today's Health Minute.
Last April, 56-year-old John Hughes got up, got dressed, and went to work. It seemed like any other day, but that day was going to change his life.
These pains just came out of nowhere.
John was having a heart attack.
I started having the pains and hoped they would go away, and then they didn't.
His doctors had put a stent in his heart to clear a blocked artery. The surgery was over, but the hard work was just beginning. John's doctors sent him to cardiac rehabilitation.
So everyone gets designed a program for them. It's no out-of-the-box settings. So we assess them to see where their functional capacity is and where they're going to begin. The studies have shown, regardless whether or not you just had a simple stent and you were going back versus something which seems more significant, a heart attack or open heart surgery, the recommendations really are everyone should undergo cardiac rehabilitation.
Patients are monitored closely and their blood pressure measured to track their progress. The ultimate goal is to have them on an exercise routine that they can safely keep up after surgery.
I absolutely feel better. There's no question about it.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Holly Furfer.
With Ebola taking a major headline of the news over the past month, tracking the outbreak and documenting Ebola patients is being made easier with an app. Two brothers from South Africa created it in the end. They are located in the Bay Area where technology journalists helped broker a deal to get the smartphones into the hands of aid workers in West Africa. Katie Marzullo has a story.
I landed here on a Thursday, and on Friday we decided, okay, we want to help.
App developers Philip Hubert and his brother Milan just moved from South Africa to Palo Alto to do business. but what they've been doing for the past month isn't making them any money.
The biggest issue that the aid workers we spoke to said was getting information faster.
The brothers created the Ebola Care app.
I add people that the patient came in contact with.
It allows healthcare workers to document and share patient information immediately, but you can't use an app without a smartphone.
Initially, we were limited by the number of phones we could donate, so we donated, I think, around 30 phones.
Enter Bay Area tech journalist Larry Magid. He coincidentally met with the brothers the same day Amazon announced it was losing millions of dollars on unsold Fire phones. Larry got an idea.
This is lemons into lemonade. These are phones that may have lost Amazon a lot of money, but if they can save lives, I hope that the Amazon folks feel very good about what they've been able to accomplish.
Amazon has now donated 1,000 phones.
It's sort of empowering knowing that someone in West Africa is using your app and they think it's saving lives.
The phone should be in the hands of healthcare workers by early December.
Now, to get away from the news of Ebola and an app tracking the movement, let's talk about something that we all as Americans all love and look forward to. Yes, I'm talking about Thanksgiving. One of the best holidays of the year for so many reasons is next week. Delicious food, no work or school, a day with family you either love, can't stand, or on some occasions both. Let's not forget a whole day of watching football in front of the TV while doing absolutely nothing but just waiting until that turkey entices the room with that amazing smell, which at that point you are so ready to grub out because let's be honest, none of us have ate all day due to the fact that we've starved ourselves in order to binge out and eat as much as we can when Grandma says, dinner is ready. I literally cannot wait. Now all of this sounds completely, this is the reason why this holiday kicks butt in so many ways, but like everything else in this world, all goods have a bad side to it. That being said, it's time to give your Thanksgiving health facts. First up, the average American consumes 2,600 calories a day. Do you know how many calories Americans consume on Thanksgiving? Go ahead, take a guess. If you guess somewhere in the range of 3,000, you are wrong. On Thanksgiving Day, Americans consume an incredible 4,600 calories. One day alone, that's enough for 3 days. That is a whole lot of turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, and whatever else you want to throw down on that dinner table. Secondly, can you guess how many grams of fat Americans consume on Thanksgiving? I'll give you a hint. On average, Americans consume 70 grams of fat a day. On Thanksgiving, Americans consume 229 grams of fat. According to the Caloric Control Council, this is getting me hungry for some reason. Now, with that amount of fat intake, you might as well wrap that turkey with bacon and go to town with no regrets, right? I mean, we as Americans eat 675 million pounds of turkey on Thanksgiving. Take pride in it, no regrets. Now on Thanksgiving, after all we have grubbed out and ate our weight in food, we tend to get sleepy and pass out wherever we find comfortable. For some, they can't even make it off the dinner table without passing out from food coma. Many people believe, though, that it's the turkey that makes you sleepy. Well, that's not the case. The food coma you experience is actually the result of your body working overtime to digest all that food, the 4,600 calories to digest. Now, after hearing all these crazy numbers about our national holiday, you may seem hesitant to go for seconds on mashed potatoes and gravy. That may be nice, but as long as you find the time to exercise on your Thanksgiving break, you'll burn off the calories in no time. With that being said, have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Coming up, let's check out which celebrity was honored with a star on the Walk of Fame.
IUTV is a student-operated facility maintained by students.
It's on Cal State Fullerton campus, and it's a great opportunity for Cal State Fullerton students to get hands-on experience working in the studio environment.
Working with IUTV puts me in this professional environment. Everyone here is really fun to work with, and everyone just gets along so well. I'm having a great time.
A wedding, a new star on the Walk of Fame, and this weekend's top movies. Alyssa Flores has that and more for you in entertainment.
Thank you, Will. Well, Solange Knowles is officially a married woman. According to E! Online, the singer tied the knot with longtime beau Alan Ferguson Sunday in New Orleans. Despite family drama that took place earlier this year, Solange's big sis fiance, Jay-Z, and Blue Ivy did attend this singer's second marriage. Now, this is something James Franco probably regrets. On Saturday, the actor took part in a Google Hangout for Paper Magazine called Make James Do, where he did whatever fans asked. And they didn't take it easy on him. From impersonating a cannibalistic Tweety bird to petting kittens while wearing leather gloves, the actor did it all, while wearing a tutu and bunny ears. And now let's take a look at who's getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Oscar winner Matthew McConaughey received the honor today. His name will be the 2,534th star on the celebrity sidewalk. McConaughey is having an incredible year fresh off his award-winning role in Dallas Buyers Club. He currently stars in the film Interstellar, which I got a chance to see this weekend, and he is deserving of that star. He was perfect for that role. And some not so good news, it looks like Bono has a boo-boo. The U2 frontman fell off his bike and injured his arm while riding around Central Park, and the fall's pretty serious. Bono has to have surgery. It comes at a bad time too, because U2 was supposed to be the house band for The Tonight Show starting tonight. But not to worry, Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show is expecting to bring the band back as soon as Bono heals. And at the box office this weekend, Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels proved they still got it. The duo's film Dumb and Dumber 2 ranked in a little over $38 million, making it #1. Last week's top earner, Disney's Big Hero 6, came in second. And Christopher Nolan's Interstellar held the #3 spot. And that's all for you guys today in entertainment. Back to you, Will and Quinn.
We are just 11 days away from Black Friday and stores aren't holding back. Ads have been leaked online with deals that have shoppers already lining up. 2 Beaumont women have been in line at a Best Buy since November 5th, hoping to get their hands on a 50-inch TV for $199.
These women won't have to wait for turkey leftovers either, because many stores are taking it to the next level by opening up on Thanksgiving Day. Most stores are waiting until the turkey has been served, but Radio Shack and Kmart are opening early Thanksgiving morning. For those shoppers looking to get the head start,
what are the benefits of the longer Black Friday weekend? 40% of revenue is earned in the last 6 weeks. Retailers see most of their profit during this holiday shopping frenzy.
Shoppers will have a longer amount of time to take the advantage of Black Friday deals, which will give retailers strong end of the year figures.
Stores are giving customers free shipping options for those that want to refrain from the Black Friday chaos.
And early access for the premium customers. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you'll now be granted an access to the retailer's lightning deals full 30 minutes before they're available to everyone else.
For all of the latest on-campus sports news, as well as some information on the professional sports world, let's head over to Joseph Anderson.
The men's soccer team hasn't been the only program making national headlines recently. Our women's soccer team faced off against the #3 Stanford Cardinal on Friday night in Palo Alto and were huge underdogs going into their opening round NCAA tournament matchup. Fullerton actually looked like the better team in the first half, using goals from Brianna Chapman and Christina Birkenrode to jump out to a 2-0 halftime lead and silence the Stanford fans while building confidence that this upset could actually happen. However, the Cardinal fired back in the final 45 minutes, answering with 5 goals of their own to flex their muscle and pull away from CSUF. Ultimately, the Titans fell 5-2 to one of the top teams in the country and were eliminated from the NCAA tournament. While it was undoubtedly a disappointing finish for the Titans, they should be proud with the fact that they were able to at least put a scare into such a tough opponent. Over on the hardwood, men's basketball got their season underway over the weekend, but suffered a pair of tough road losses. Fullerton fell 89-72 against the Santa Clara Broncos on Friday night, and then 67-59 against the University of New Mexico on Sunday. So far, it has been senior Moses Morgan who has led the way for the Titans on offense, as he has scored 37 points through their first 2 games of the season. Junior Lanero Johnson has also been a pleasant surprise for Coach Dedrick Taylor, pouring in 16.5 points per game so far. The Titans will next hit the hardwood again for their home opener against San Jose State University on Saturday, November 22nd. In NBA news, the Lakers continued their struggles last night, falling to the first-place Golden State Warriors at home. Let's take a look at some highlights. Here we see Shaq and Kobe hugging it out a little bit before the game. Kobe's probably wishing he still had Shaq out there with him. And here we go, Steph Curry with a nice feed and the lay-in. Warriors already up 20 at this point. And then we got Harrison Barnes right there after making the layup. And right here is a scary moment for Lakers fans as Kobe goes up for the layup and gets hit in the face by Draymond Green. He had to be tended to for about 5 or 6 minutes by the training staff as he suffered a cut over his eye. Or maybe he's just wishing he was on a playoff team, one or the other. Here we go, we've got Steph Curry. Look at this release right there. prettiest shot in basketball, and he shows why right there. Putting the Lakers down by 20, so the Warriors are up 20 here. And then the Warriors play a little defense too. Curry with the quick hands, and goes behind the back to Maurice Spates for the slam. And the Lakers are not looking happy as the Warriors are just having fun on their home court. Here's Kobe, kind of disappointed with the way the season's gone as the Lakers fall by 30 points and fall to 1-9 on the season. Times sure have changed here for the Lakers, and that's all I have for you back in sports. Back to you guys.
Universal Studios Hollywood is definitely feeling the giving spirit of the season. LAUSD homeless children were gifted clothes, school supplies, and a day at the theme park.
Universal Studios Hollywood partnered with Operation School Bell on Thursday for its 10th annual Day of Giving community outreach program.
Today they're outfitting and helping 250 of our homeless students from our school district.
The inspirational event is Universal Studios Hollywood's decade-long tradition designed to connect employees with diverse community organizations, many of which are beneficiaries of the company's philanthropic foundation, Discover a Star, whose mission is to empower individuals and families to lead more productive and fulfilling lives. Employee volunteers played host to 250 young homeless recipients who were bussed in from over 30 LAUSD elementary and middle schools. The day included a clothing and school supply exchange, complimentary lunch, and an afternoon at the theme park where kids had a chance to meet Minions and experience the new 3D Ultra HD adventure, Despicable Me Minion Mayhem.
It's just a great event, and our students love it. They get clothes, they get into the park, something that they would never get an opportunity to do otherwise.
For OC News, Alyssa Flores.
That's it for today's episode of OC News. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. I'm Willow Valley.
And I'm Quinn Tien. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.